up, you lab rats? So, as we're going through this countdown of episodes, if you didn't know, season 2 is ending. So Kevin and I actually recorded this episode when we hadn't discussed, oh, we're going to end season 2 and move on to season 3. So I didn't want to waste this episode, even though it kind of doesn't fall in line with all the announcements and the episodes that are going on this week as we transition into season 3. But it's still really cool because it's about rock climbing, and we're obsessed with rock climbing right now, so I really want to share it with you guys. But yeah, so don't get confused. it's an episode that we recorded previously before we had discussed ending season 2 and starting season 3. So yeah, enjoy. What up, you lab rats? This is episode number 132, and today we're going to talk about 6 lessons from climbing that apply to business. Stay tuned. Hey, welcome back to the lab, your daily inspiration for creating better content. My name is Megan.
I'm Kevin.
And let's get in the lab. All right, B. So I'm very excited about this episode because it's about climbing, and we are super obsessed with climbing.
Yep.
Take a look at my hands, okay? Okay?
Look at all those calluses.
Yeah, I'm proud of these calluses, man. These are like my babies, my calluses. I'm so proud of them. They're like the proof, you know? There's like the climber's pride and joy is their hands. As I kind of read like climbers' blogs and stuff, they're like, oh yeah, the hands, the forearms, and like it's so cool. Kind of diving, just getting our feet wet in this climbers' world.
Yeah, it's almost been 2 months.
Wow, seems a lot faster than that.
Yeah, it's 2 months.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about climbing and sort of 6 lessons that we have learned from climbing and how they really apply to business and kind of the hustle of the climb that I think a lot of startup entrepreneurs or even established entrepreneurs deal with, within their career. Mm-hmm. So before we get into that, anything going on with you today, B?
I believe like every week wedding season has started.
Okay. Okay.
I've been noticing a trend that we're shooting more maternity sessions. Just a lot of our clients are coming back to us now that they want me to shoot their maternity as well, their newborn. So it's pretty cool. That's
good. That's a nice feedback because they loved you so much during the wedding that they even want you for their family shoots and stuff like that. Good. Okay, so before we get into that, let's answer some couples 1, 2, 3 tag. 1, 2, 3, answer this question. Do you think it's important to learn any form of a performing art?
Like ballet and crap?
Shoot, I guess.
No, I mean, I won't be able to do that.
But do you think it's important to learn any form of a performing art?
I think it will be awesome, but it's not important.
I think it's important. Like, I feel like when we come on the show and we do the show, it's a little bit of a performance.
Okay.
And I would say that, just being and learning how to animate yourself when you talk.
Oh,
Sometimes I'll talk like this and then I go back and edit and I'm like, God damn it, that's boring to look at.
I thought it was like ballet and crap. So
I mean, ballet is a performance art, but I think also,
acting.
Performing and bringing a sort of performance to your delivery. I think
you need some energy when you're talking to someone, or else
they'll be like,
you're so boring.
I'm going to walk away now. I think it is important to bring a sort of performance, especially if you're trying to deliver a message. Like, who wants to listen to somebody who's like, meh, meh, meh.
Yeah, well, that clear eye guy.
Oh, I know, but that's his performance.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, maybe it's my performance as well.
All right. So let's get into the 6 lessons that we learned from climbing. Mm-hmm. And I jotted these down as we were, we've had many conversations about before and after we climb and how it kind of relates to life. So feel free to add any in here.
All right.
First one. Okay. Focus on the task in front of you. So
exactly.
I think that's super important because a lot of times you want to go like, oh man, like look at that next, jib or whatever, or look at that next problem, or I have to pay the bills next month or something like that. And you start to just worry about future things.
I think we can relate it currently to wedding planning and how at first we were so excited. We want to get the things rolling and booking every vendor as much as possible. That way we can get it done. That's not the case. So we have to kind of take easy steps. And just like rock climbing, you're not going to go from one problem, a very hard problem, right away.
Right.
People think rock climbing is like weightlifting, or you're going to lift, you're going to use your forearm, and your forearm is just going to save you all the time, and you're just going to pull up and muscle up to that problem. It's not the case.
Yeah.
And you're going to feel that tension in your forearm. That
the exploding forearms.
Yeah, you just burnt. So you're going to be exploding if you tackle every task all at once.
Yeah. You'll just be extremely overwhelmed and then discouraged when you can't reach your goal or you can't summit that climb.
So take it slow. Same with rock climbing. If you're going to rock climb or you're going to get interested in rock climbing, just take it slow. Start with your foundations. You're going to be excited.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, we're only 2 months in, but I feel like we've learned so much.
Yeah.
Because we've gone so much. But then, there's like, you have this problem in front of you. You have this jib in front of you or whatever. And you haven't even, if you're projecting and you want to climb on, you want to worry about this next one, then you're not focusing on the task in front of you and you miss those steps. And you miss these crucial, like, foundational steps. Like, if you don't get your footing right, then it's very, very possible that you're not going to get that next problem, right? So I think it's really important, like in business, like you focus on the task in front of you and stop worrying about all the stuff that's going to happen in the future, bad or good. Like maybe you're thinking about summiting and you're like, oh, it'd be so cool to reach the top, but you haven't even tackled the foundation of this climb.
Exactly.
Right? So I think that's really important. Okay, so next thing, fear is your friend.
Yeah, fear is your friend.
Yeah.
And you have to kind of get over that fear. And it's not easy task to say.
No.
But you just kind of do it. You have to keep doing it. Just like rock climbing, even how afraid I am, and I know those holds are small, I'll still tackle it, fall a little, because from falling, just like in business, if you fall, then you're making a change. And that change can be good or it could be bad. If it's bad, then you're going to make other changes. But you always have to take that first step in doing it, initiating that fall.
Yeah. Oh, man. So many, like, even just starting rock climbing with the line and everything and top roping, so afraid to do that until I was seeing how much fun you guys were having. And then I was like, okay, I think I could try it. And then slowly now now we don't even top rope. Now we just boulder all the time, which is without the rope and all that stuff. And now we're getting over the fear of, like, climbing at least, what is it, like,
well,
30 feet?
Yeah.
And slowly getting over that, because now we have faced the fear of falling and learning how to fall right. So it's kind of like failing in business, and how they will teach you, like, just fail faster. That way you can find out what you need to do and change and pivot your business. And once you learn how to fall and kind of get over this fear of, like, hitting the ground, and once I learned how to fall correctly and roll and whatever, like the proper techniques of falling, then I felt less scared about reaching the top and maybe not making it and being able to kind of come out safely. So I definitely feel a lot better after I watched some of these other videos about climbing on how they fall, like, better. The art of falling, they call it, right? There's this art of falling, and when you get that down, then I don't have to be afraid anymore, because I know it's not. But yeah,
you also said that fear should be a part of it. I mean, every human is going to have fear within them. That's the only way that we're going to accelerate. Without fear, life is going to be boring.
Yeah. It has to be scary.
There's no challenges. So you need that little fear in you just to kind of push you forward.
Right.
But too much fear can
paralyze
you. So try control that fear.
Right. Yeah.
But always
make
take
fear
that
your
first,
friend.
Yeah.
Take
that first step.
Yeah, that first step, and then, once you make fear your friend, and now you can use it, because now you go, okay, damn, look at that next, problem or whatever. Like, so you kind of excel in your climbing. You start at V0, right? V0, V1, V2, like this in bouldering. And so you look at the next one and you go, damn, look at that V2. That looks really, really hard and scary, and all the holds are
really awkward and whatever. But that fear makes you go, dang, when I get that, or if I accomplish it, that would be amazing. That would be awesome. So yeah, it pushes you to be more ambitious.
Yep.
Okay. Number 3, building calluses and building a thicker skin.
Similar to building a foundation.
Yeah.
So without that thick skin,
Yeah.
you're not going to be able to climb long. Right. So when we first started, I would say we only lasted about 30 minutes in a rock climbing gym, where most people say, hey, I can last all day, or I can climb for 3 hours straight. So building that callus, building your foundation, taking time building that foundation will allow you to grow a successful business in the long run. Right. Just like building that callus will allow you to climb for long.
Yeah, and then taking care of these calluses. So like as you move on through business and you learn your lessons, right? You learn your lessons, you build some skin, you learn who's authentic and who's not, and who to trust and who to make friends with, and you kind of start to build this circle around you, and you start to build a foundation, lay these bricks that are very carefully placed. Just like, how you take care of and maintain your hands. Like you want to maintain all of this and maintain, the strength of your joints and your fingers and your forearms and all of this stuff.
And as your business keeps on growing, you're going to come back to your foundation, and you're going to make little changes throughout your business. That way it can just kind of run on its own and never plateau. And you cut that one out. Cut that one out.
You don't have to. Okay. Right. So number 4, strip down to the bare essentials. So to boulder, you don't wear a harness. We don't even now carry our chalk bags with us because it's cumbersome. You take off all of your jewelry, all of your rings. I wouldn't wear this. Even like tying up your hair seems a little bit like constricting as well. I just want everything to be so free when I'm climbing. And that kind of relates into business. You want to bear down, at least when you're first starting out, to the bare essentials and kind of get your craft right. Right. You want to work on the strength of your body, and you want to work on the strength of your craft, your eye or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that's really important, that's something that you can transfer into business. It's like, you don't need to have fancy shit if it doesn't serve you. Right? Like a website. Like if your website is all cluttered and filled with fancy stuff. And
there was a lesson learned that I was at REI and I was going to switch my rock climbing shoes into something that was more advanced that was not needed.
Yeah.
And this person actually was very honest and told me that the shoes that I currently have can be accelerated into the advanced stage, and you wouldn't need these very curved rock climbing shoes unless you're doing it outdoors.
Right. Well, not only that, it's like we've been in it for like a month.
Yeah.
And then, you're trying to get like curved shoes. And it's like the shoe, the equipment is not going to compensate for your lack of skill and your lack of experience. So that's another kind of lesson to kind of slow down and be like, is my core right? Is my foundation right? All of these fancy things, like sure, shoes help, but like he was saying, like this is a flat shoe and it's like, it's not even that tight, but this is going to take you years and years into climbing, V6, V7, V8, whatever. So that was like a really clear lesson that you can take and just be like, you don't have to be fancy. Just you need to be functional and do what you need to do. And like, you don't need to like bear yourself down with fanciness. All right. So number 5, have a par level partner or spotter. So it's great that we started climbing at the same time, because then now it feels like if you excel on one problem, but I don't get it, you can show me very quickly what to do, and then I'll get it. And then we can kind of stay right here next to each other. And I think that's so important in business, because if you don't have somebody who's kind of winning and struggling alongside you, it feels very lonely.
Yeah. So, if you don't have a partner like how we have a partner in business, then you'll be a part of a community, a community that's there for you to support you and provide you ideas.
Right.
So it's best that there's always someone there's your idol, someone that you're going to follow, and, follow your followers, probably down to 2 people that you really admire. And those are going to be your supporters.
Yeah. Yeah. Choose.
Just like your master mastermind group.
Yeah, a mastermind group. So yeah, people that can push you. And it always helps too to have people who are kind of like maybe they're not at your level, but they're great support, right? But I can't stress enough how important it is to have somebody like you who can always kind of make me rise a bit more. You're not pushing me so much to where I get discouraged.
Yeah.
But we're always rising, and we rise together. And I think that's really important. Yeah.
That's because we're at the same level.
Right.
And it could be different if one business, or which it is, right, is at a very high level.
Right. And that's why the communication always needs work.
Yeah.
But I think we do a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So teamwork.
Teamwork. Yeah. I think that's really important, or at least to have that community. Okay. Number 6, last one. Be decisive and explosive in your movements. So a lot of times I find that I will summit a lot better, even though I'm not full strength yet. I will still be able to summit if I can be more explosive and decisive with my movements and not linger and try to be like, what's my next move, right? That's the worst. That's when you waste a lot of energy on your climbs. But if I can be like, okay, that's where I'm going to go, that's where I'm going to move, and then I kind of gather my strength and then boom, explode with like as much power as I can to get that. And I think that can relate into your business, because if you linger and you're indecisive, you're wasting time, maybe wasting money, right? And you don't move in, you don't get any progress.
Yeah, if you're lingering for too long, you're not making any changes, and you're not trying to promote change, then you're actually losing business.
Right.
So it's best to take the risk.
Right.
But a very decisive risk.
Decisive risk, right. So like as we were making the transition of me not shooting anymore, and we lingered for a little bit because we didn't really know how that was going to affect us and internally and externally of the business. So we lingered a little bit just trying to figure out what we were going to do. And during that time, like I was getting more frustrated with shooting because we weren't figuring it out. And then in turn that affects you and your business and how you're running things. And so it can create a very vicious cycle until you break it and become decisive. And so when we made that decision where it was like, okay, you're not going to shoot anymore. What's that mean? Let's go ahead and make a decision on that. What's that going to mean for us? And then finally things started to move. Now we were like, okay, I can relax.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm
changes are going to hurt.
Yeah.
Because no one likes change. You built a very long habit of doing certain things your way. And in order to grow, just know that in order to grow into the next level, in order to accelerate your business to where you want it to be, it needs to change.
Right.
Just like with anything.
Right. So
you're just like rock climbing. I'm not going to stay at one problem all the time. I'm not going to just keep doing this problem forever.
As what you did today.
No, I tackled new problems that I didn't figure out. But the problems that I already knew how to do, I'm not going to keep doing it
I gotta move
over
on.
and over and over again.
Right.
Yeah, it's going to get boring.
Yeah.
And you're going to plateau in your business where you're going to feel like I'm not trying anymore. And then after that, it's just going to plummet.
Right.
So you want to keep on accelerating. Plateau is healthy in some ways where you can figure out what to change in order to grow. But always try to promote change and never kind of stay in business. That's the world of business. You just can't set down your foot and just relax.
I think, but like you said, you get comfortable with routine and what's working, right? If it's not broke, don't fix it. That sort of mentality. At the same time, if you're not being innovative, you lose the trend, you get behind the curve, and now people are doing all kinds of things on social or all kinds of things with email marketing, and so you're like, oh shit, I'm late to the party. So you've got to be decisive and explosive where you feel it. I don't know, maybe if we were more keen on Instagram or something like that, that's definitely a place that we could have taken advantage of. But there's always going to be innovation of new things to kind of hop onto, but at least having that mentality of being decisive and explosive. Okay.
So other things, other than these last 6, is never give up. So like in rock climbing, there's a problem that I just can't figure out in how I can place my footing right, or even conquering that problem. I'll just sit back, relax, take a deep breath and just look at it and map it out in my head.
Yeah.
And I'll
you're much better about that.
I'll
too.
just keep on, taking my time and tackling it slowly without exerting my energy every time I'm doing it, because I know I won't be able to do it right after if I exert all my energy.
Yeah.
So never give up. Just like with all your goals in your business, never give up. And once you reach that goal, it's going to be very rewarding.
Right.
And it's the same feeling that I have every time I reach my goal and finishing that problem in rock climbing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You've come a long way. Like, I think, and you figured that on your own as well, where there was one problem that you couldn't get right. We were kind of slowly breaking free of top roping and doing more bouldering and stuff, and like you would be so angry that you couldn't get it, but now you're so chill about it, which I love, because then you're more enjoyable to climb with as well, because then it's not like tension. So I love that you figured that out on your own and that you can kind of relax with it, because I feel like climbing is it's like just like life, like you said, never give up. That's a great one. Good one. Okay, so any closing thoughts?
Yep, that's it.
Okay. So that was today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did like this video or this episode, please give it a like. You can always join the conversation by leaving a comment below telling us, are you a climber? We would love to know, and maybe share some of your tips when you're first starting out climbing, because we're about 2 months in and we really love it, but we always love getting new tips and stuff as well.
And if you're local, join us at Rock City in Anaheim Hills, or
join us.
Center One Climbing in Costa Mesa.
Yeah, that'll be really fun. So good things, guys. Once again, my name is Megan.
And I'm Kevin.
Reminding you to get in the lab. See ya.
Later.
Hey guys, thanks for sticking around to the end to watch this. I hope you enjoyed that episode on climbing lessons. Really interesting. Thank you for sharing that last one. So if you did enjoy this episode, there's a ton more like it, and I'd love for you to join me on getinthelab.me/join, so you can join our newsletter list, and we send out one newsletter every Wednesday talking about all the ins and outs of business over here, as well as like workshops and giveaways and things like that. So that's getinthelab.me/join. And good things. We'll see you next time. Peace.